Hello, this is Matt from tracyandmatt.co.uk and for unboxings.com, and today we're looking at the HP Photosmart A532 dedicated photo printer from HP. Going to have a look inside the box, see what's included, and also we're going to set it up and do a couple of little prints so that we can just see how easy it is to get set up and get it running, and also what the print quality is like and the speed with which it prints and so on. So let's start by looking at what's inside the box. Now, quickly going to mention where we got this particular model from. This one comes from our sponsors, it247.com. That's it247.com, and they're actually running this at a special rate at the moment. Normally, the A532 comes in at around £80, and you'll find it on elsewhere on the web for 80 quid. And it247 actually have it for 45. In fact, it's just under £45, so it's a pretty much it is a bargain. Probably the cheapest you're going to find it on the web, so definitely worth checking out. So without further ado, let's get going. First of all, on top, so we have a European style plug. We then have the UK style plug, which is 3-pin. I'm going to need that in a moment. We have the cartridge, which is a standard, well, it's actually the value 110, but it's a standard cartridge, if you like, in that they're easy to pick up, readily available, standard HP 110 cartridge. This is the sort of value model. It's sometimes referred to as a trial ink cartridge because it lasts long enough for you to kind of test out. You have the mains charger, or the mains plug rather, which has on there a American style 2-pin plug, but we just actually slide this one over the top and that makes it UK. So there we go. Also in the box we have chunky manual and getting started guide and all that kind of stuff, all in one pack. Includes things like how to install the cartridge, how to use the printer, the menu functions and that sort of stuff. That's in that big pack there. We then have thing about being no CD required, because the point for this printer really is that it does work standalone. You don't have to connect it up to your PC in order to get prints. We have a sample paper pack, which contains some inkjet paper, borderless in actual fact, and these are 5x7 pages. Nice thing about this printer over other models within the HP Photosmart range is that it will print 6x4 and 5x7, so that's pretty good. There is also a guide here to all the different accessories that you can purchase for the various printers. And then underneath, I'll take out the packaging, we have the printer itself. That's all there is in the box. Let's just move that out of the way and untake this. This is packed in this plastic. The printer itself is quite neat. Again, as I say, it's fairly similar to other printers in the Photosmart range, but they all do slightly vary in their function and performance. So first of all, it's a case of unpacking all the bits of plastic on the outside. They are rather sticky. And on the back, I think that's really is most of them. So pretty compact in fact, and it has a handle so that you can transport it if you want to, and it's not ever so heavy. On the back you do have a USB cable socket there, so you can use it with a PC if you want to, or obviously a Mac, but the beauty of this is that you don't have to. This is where we plug it in, the AC adapter, just on the back. Looking around sort of the top, if you like, you have the power button and an LCD screen, which I'll just peel off the protector from just for now so we can actually see that without any bubbles. And the screen itself does move up and down, so you can angle it so that you can see it wherever you actually place the printer, and does sit flat so it's out of the way. A couple of indicator LEDs and a series of buttons really to actually go through the menus on the actual LCD screen. As I say, the handle lifts up like so. Then on the front we have a drop down panel, which in actual fact when you pull down the front it releases the back, and then under the front we have the space where we actually put in the ink cartridge, which we can do in just a moment. And then we've got a USB connector, so we can connect a USB memory stick or memory key, and it also does work with picked bridge. So if you have a camera that's compatible, you can actually just plug the cable out of here straight into your camera and print straight from your camera effectively. Other sockets, we have MS Duo, XD, SD and MMC, and paper output tray there just on the front. And the back, the back opens when you open the front, and that's your paper guide. Your paper drops in on just fairly easily, and that's about it really in terms of sort of features and functionality. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and actually set this up, and let's see how long it takes between setting it up and we'll actually be able to get our first prints off. So firstly, let's plug into the mains and plug in the power. Next thing, we're going to need to unpack the print cartridge. As you see, it's fairly small, and this is the value or introductory. So this will allow you to get maybe 15 or 20 prints out before you're going to have to replace it. And obviously the actual cartridge lasts much longer if you buy the proper thing, if you like. So this is quite light because it's fairly empty, if you like. But the real thing lasts a lot longer. I think it's about 100 prints or so from the proper cartridge. That just sits in place in the front there very easily. Close that up, let's power on. You see the display has illuminated. Incidentally, those print cartridges, the HP 110, they cost about 15 quid, which isn't bad at all, because we have seen some of these print cartridges, obviously they come up with a printer that's inexpensive and then have a very expensive print cartridge, but we'll just stick with USA and Canada for now. Doesn't matter, that's good enough. It's just setting the language basically. Let's just run that. As you can see, the LEDs are lining up on the side, and it does actually come up that it's a genuine introductory HP print cartridge installed. This cartridge will print about 10 photos. Okay, fair enough. So I need to load paper in the paper tray. So let me go ahead and do that. So we have our 5x7 paper. If we load one in, like so, load and press the print button. Now this is going to align the cartridge. You have to do this the first time you install a new cartridge. I have a similar printer to this. The only thing is I do find that slightly wasteful from the point of view that you have to put proper photo paper in to align the cartridge. I find it a little bit wasteful, but that's the way they all are, unfortunately. So let's just let that run through. You might want to fast forward this bit if you become bored, but if you're timing, it will give you an idea of how long it takes to set up the first time and how fast we can get prints out subsequently. So it'll give you an idea of what's going on. It's quite an attractive looking printer as well, sort of grey blue with white. It's not, going to win any design awards, but it's kind of inoffensive and fairly decent looking. In terms of also the media packs, we've actually got some 5x7 pages that come with it, but also you can get 6x4 as well, and I believe you can get like stickers and self-adhesive media and that kind of stuff. So 5x7 and 6x4. Lesser models of the HP Photosmart only do print 6x4. This one, as I say, will do 5x7. So it's nice to have actually. I prefer 5x7 prints, obviously for putting photo frames and things like that, and they're just a little bit nicer for when you're actually giving the pictures away to somebody like family and friends. You can give them a slightly larger print. There we go. Okay, so the alignment is done. It has actually printed. This is normal, this banding here, by the way, in case you're wondering. If you see this, that's totally normal. That's actually just where it's doing the alignment. And then it's obviously got a little sample image just underneath. And even that's come out rather nicely. So basically you have to recycle or discard that. We'll just put that back in the box for now. And we'll put in another sheet of paper. And we're going to just take the memory card out of the camera, and it's a 4 gig SD memory card, straight out your camera and straight into the printer. Okay, it's telling me to discard the page. There we go. Okay, so immediately it's reading the camera memory card, and let's just pick an image here that's got plenty of colour on it. There we go. It's a bright sunny day with my daughter in the garden, so let's actually just print that. It's estimating 1 minute and 20 seconds to produce, so let's see how that goes. It's gone up to 1 minute and 40. You will find that certain prints will take longer depending on the actual image size on the memory card. So if you've got a camera with a very high resolution, such as 14 or 15 megapixels from a digital SLR camera, they will take longer to print because they just take a little bit longer to process. Slightly less complex JPEG images on a memory card do print a lot faster. So let's just let that run through. And again, you might want to fast forward this bit if you're watching along, but I just want you to get an idea of how long it actually takes and how quickly it all comes through. So while we're waiting for that to actually just come through, let me just mention again, this comes from our sponsors IT247.com, and this regular price is £80, but at the moment IT247 have it for just under 45. That's including VAT, so it's a fantastic price. It's a good little printer. I've had HP Photosmart printers before. They're inexpensive to run as well, so they are definitely worth considering. They are comparable to actually sending them off to a photo lab, really, and you have the convenience of actually doing them here and now when you're at parties and things like that, or even if you're away on holiday, it's small enough to take with you, and you can get your prints instantly without actually having to send them off to a photo lab. I think they're very cool. And we're just about done. There we go. So I guess around 1.5 minutes and we have our print. I haven't done any editing with the photo at all. That's directly from the camera straight into the printer. Quality is pretty damn good. The detail, the colour reproduction, though it's not coming over fantastically well on the actual video here, as you can probably tell, it's still very good. Very glossy paper, and the image quality is really, really good, so very impressed. So you can pick this up for under £45, which I think is really impressive. That's really is a bargain, quite frankly, and if I didn't already have one at £45, I'm almost certainly going to have bought one, so definitely worth checking out at IT247.com. So this is the HP Photosmart A532. We'll have a full review for you over the next week or so, and also we're running a competition with our friends over at IT247.com, and we're going to give one of these away, so definitely check out the competition over on tracyandmatt.co.uk. It'll be fairly easy to win, and we'll get you to enter, and we'll give this away over the next couple of weeks. And we're actually not giving this one away that's all opened. We're giving a brand new one away, so you can win yourself one of these. It's definitely a worthy prize. We'll be back soon with some more videos and reviews on tracyandmatt.co.uk very soon, but for now, thanks for watching.